In this episode, we're going to be making a movable door feature for the TARDIS interior. So, if we head inside, you might notice that there's kind of an entity here. It's actually an armor stand, and you might notice we also didn't spawn here. What this does is it makes it to where instead of teleporting to set coordinates when we go to the interior, we're teleported to this armor stand. And because of that, there's a cool feature that we can actually move the positioning of this armor stand. So let's say we wanted to move it up here. I'll just do teleport door to @P, and here it is, it's up here now. And so if we try to go into TARDIS, we will spawn up here. And if we were to go outside, try to go back in, it's the same deal. We're just going to spawn up here. So yeah, with this feature you can obviously change where you'll spawn in the TARDIS, and this is extremely useful if you wanted to make an interior that had a door in a different place, like if you wanted to redo the Coral TARDIS to actually have a centered door like it's supposed to, or if you wanted to do like Matt Smith's first TARDIS, which the door and the console were not at all on the same level. You could do that, so I've actually kind of done some of those things now. So if we go to the Coral TARDIS, it's now centered. You can see the armor stand is here, and yeah, so the door's now here. And actually what happens is when you step on this pressure plate, it doesn't do all the same things that the pressure plate at the normal door does, and that's just because what it actually does is it teleports us to this block here, and so that we can then activate all of these. So yeah, it teleports us here. And you might notice also we don't have this smaller on the outside feature at the new door. I'd assume that's possible just by cloning it here as well, but yeah, we have some circuitry behind here, so that would be difficult. You can also do this with some other interiors. You can see if we change it to TBO 2 inverted, it broke that door, but the point is, if we change it to TBO 2 inverted, it moves this back here. And if we go to, say, the Time War TARDIS, it's here again. And if we do the TBO 2 Modern, it'll be back over there. If we do the Capaldi TARDIS, I made this one recently, and you can see the door is here in this case. But as I mentioned, we can walk outside, and it'll bring us here, and you might notice very briefly that the original doorway might have flickered into view, and that's just because we're being teleported there, which then in turn teleports us back out here. If we teleport inside though, we're sent directly to where the armor stand is, right here. And you might notice the directioning is a little bit off, and that's just because of when we teleported it earlier, we changed the direction. This is my 11th Doctor's first TARDIS, or the Copper TARDIS as it is known. You'll know this TARDIS is very stairs heavy, lots of stairs, and yeah, the door is not on the same level as the console, so that would have not really been possible to do previously, but now with the movable doorway you can do that. And you can see we can go outside, that works fine, and we can go back inside and we'll spawn here. Again, the directional thing is just a matter of I need to reset the TARDIS. And then once we go back to the normal TARDIS, you will see our armor stand is back here, and our little reset button has returned. So how does this all work? Well, you actually want to go to each of the things that actually teleport you to the TARDIS door, such as the TARDIS key, for example. So when we go to this, instead of the coordinates, you just want to replace it with @E name equals door limit equals 1. Obviously, you can name the door entity whatever you want. I just named it door with a capital D, like that. And you want to do the same thing over here, say in the monitor, for example. And if you just have anything else that teleports you to the doorway of the TARDIS, you just make sure that that, instead of being coordinates, is the door entity. And the same thing would go for something like the manual flight. So over here, yep, TP to @E name equals door limit equals 1. So yeah, that is the actual door portion of it, very simple. What about when you're changing the interiors? And so In here you might notice there's a couple more kind of command blocks, some chain command blocks, and so for each one, or at least each one that changes where the door is, you would want to teleport the door, along with cloning your interior. You can see, like, this is the coral one, teleports it a bit differently than this one, and same would go for like the other ones that we showed. But yeah, we can do this again, and yeah, the door is still facing this way, and if you want to fix that, like I believe I said earlier, you could just perform a reset like this, and as you can see, the door is still here, and it's actually facing the right way now. So yeah, that is really all there is to it. This has been my tutorial on a movable door system, as well as just how to utilize that to the best of your ability in, say, a bigger interior. So yeah, that's about it. I've been Tebow2. Be sure to subscribe, to follow my Instagram, Tebow2IT, to follow my Twitter, which is also Tebow2IT, to join my Discord, and lastly, to have a nice day. Goodbye.